Let's investigate. The following example has quadratic characteristics. Let's investigate it to discover these characteristics. Here's the situation. You have decided to grow your own vegetables. You have 36 meters of flexible fencing that you are going to use to enclose your garden to keep out local pests that might try to eat your vegetables. You want to grow the most vegetables possible. Here's your problem to solve. What is the largest rectangular area possible for your garden? What dimensions produce this largest area? So what do we know? We know that you have 36 meters of fence. The perimeter of your garden will be 36 meters then. Or P equals 36 meters. We know that you need to make a rectangular garden. It'll have a width and a length. And the distance around, the width and length, must equal 36 meters. Where do we begin? Let's start by drawing our first possibility of our garden's dimensions. Here's an example of a very long garden, where your length is 17 meters and your width is 1 meter. You can see that if you were to add these lengths and widths up, you would have 36 meters for your perimeter. So we do have enough fencing for this garden. P is equal, in this case, 2L, because we have 2 lengths, plus 2 widths, or 2 times W. P in this case is 2 times 17 plus 2 times 1. 34 plus 2, which gives us a final answer of 36 meters. So indeed we have used all of the fence possible. Area is equal to length times width. So let's find out what the area of this garden is. Remember that we're trying to find the garden with the largest area possible. Our length is 17 and our width is 1. So we have an area of 17 meters squared. Now let's create a table where we can record all of our results of these calculations so that we can identify what is the largest area possible for our garden. Here's our table. We have 4 columns. In our first column, we'll record the length. In our second, the width, then the perimeter, and then the area. Remember that it's the area that we're trying to maximize. So this information will be the one that we will be looking for to draw our conclusions. For our first one, we had 17 meter length, a 1 meter width, a perimeter of 36 meters, and an area of 17 meters squared. Let's look at the next possibility. Let's take 1 unit from the length and add it to the width. So we have a slightly thicker garden with a length of 16 meters, 1 less than the previous, and a width that is slightly bigger by 1, 2 meters. Our perimeter, when we carry out our calculations, again, will be 36 meters. So we know we've used the fence possible. Our area is length times width. 16 times 2 is 32 meters squared. Let's go back to our chart. In our table, we record our length of 16 meters, our width of 2 meters. We still have a perimeter of 36 meters. But now our area is 32 meters squared, much bigger than the first. Let's investigate another example. Let's now take 1 more unit from the length and add it to the width. So again, we have a bit shorter garden in length, but a bit wider. We have a length of 15 meters and a width of 3 meters. Let's look at our perimeter, which is equal to 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. 2 times 15 plus 2 times 3 is 30 plus 6, and again we have 36 meters for our perimeter. Our area is equal to length times width, and in this case we have an area of 45 meters squared. Back to our table to fill in our information. Our length was 15 meters, our width was 3 meters, our perimeter was 36 meters, the same as it always has been, but we have a much larger area again of 45 meters squared. Our next possibility. Again, we'll take one more unit away from the length and add it to the width. We do this to make sure that it still has the same perimeter of 36 meters, so that we're only moving a meter from the length to the width, as opposed to adding any distance to our perimeter. Our length is 14 meters, and here our width is 4 meters. We carried our perimeter check, and again we get 36 meters. So we're using the amount of fencing that we have. The area is length times width, and we have 14 times 4, which is 56 meters. Back in our table, when we fill out this information, our length and width and our perimeter, we get an area that again is bigger at 56 meters squared. Take this opportunity now to fill out the rest of this chart, the rest of this table, making sure that you take one away from your length and add it to your width each time.